The time is 7 o'clock. This is the World News on WISE 87.9 FM Abeokuta. First, the headlines. NMPP appeals Ogun Tribunal judgment dismissing petition against Governor Abiodun to others. Foreign guests arrive Abuja ahead of tomorrow's inauguration of President-elect Tinubu. Zamfara governor denies leaving the country to evade EFCC crime ahead of expiration of his tenure. Carjackers stab final-year student to death in Calabar. In business, Jumia records 54% decline in operating loss in first quarter of 2023. And on the foreign scene, U.S. lawmakers impeach Texas Attorney General for corruption. And in sports, Fenerbahce willing to sanction Osai Samuel's Premier League transfer. I am Bola G. Eze, bringing you the news and details shortly. New Nigeria People's Party has appealed the ruling of the Ogun State Governorship and House of Assembly Election Petition Tribunal. The party says it is not satisfied with the tribunal's verdict on its gubernatorial election petition. Recall that NMPP had earlier taken its petition to the Gubernatorial Election Petition Tribunal, sitting in Abeokuta, the state capital, on omission of party's name on the ballot papers used during the last election, with the tribunal dismissing the petition. Counsel to the party, I.D. Uznia, in a statement revealed that the party has appealed the case at the Court of Appeal sitting in Ibadan Judicial Division. Inspector General of Police Alkali Usman Baba has approved the redeployment of some public relations officers and appointment of new ones. The redeployment and new appointments involving 15 officers was contained in a statement from the force headquarters in Abuja. Among those affected includes the spokesperson of Ogun State Police Command, Abimbola Oyeyemi. President Muhammadu Buhari says he feels bad that some children and citizens are still in Boko Haram captivity. The outgoing president, in his farewell speech on Sunday, assured Nigerians that the nation's security agencies are still working round the clock to secure their release. Buhari noted further that his commitment to fighting corruption is central to many decisions he took, while adding that he is leaving behind a credible, fair and transparent electoral process. He also expressed fulfillment in his performance so far as he retires home to Daura, Katsina State, after handing over to his successor, Bola Tinubu, on Monday. Meanwhile, foreign guests and other dignitaries invited for the inauguration of President-elect Bola Tinubu have started arriving at the Federal Capital Territory for the ceremony. Officials at the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria told newsmen that the authority received a memo from the federal government on the expected arrival of presidents and other VIPs who have started arriving at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja. Though the foreign nationals started arriving in Abuja since last Monday, the number of visitors coming through the international and presidential wings of the airport increased significantly on Sunday ahead of Monday's inauguration. About 385 deserving foreign nationals from different continents across the world have been conferred with citizenship by the federal government. Minister of Interior Rauf Aregbesola, who made this known while speaking at the conferment ceremony in Abuja, disclosed that a total of 671 foreigners were granted citizenship between 2011 and 2023. The minister also described the conferment under 385 as a privilege, adding that not all who applied were given. Governor of Zamfara State, Bello Matawali, has faulted allegation that he fled the country ahead of the expiration of his tenure in office. Matawali, speaking with newsmen in Abuja, described the allegation as unfounded, saying he has no reason to flee the country. The governor faulted the report against the backdrop of allegations that he was afraid of being arrested by officials of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, upon losing immunity on Monday. A final-year student of the University of Calabar who works part-time as a Bolt driver has been killed by suspected carjackers at the Mary Slessor roundabout in Calabar, Cross River State. The deceased, identified as Francis Atabi, had given the two suspected car snatchers a ride around 8 p.m. on Friday when the incident occurred. Spokesperson of the State Police Command, Irene Ugbo, confirming the incident, explained that the robbers tried to snatch the Toyota Corolla vehicle from him on highway, but Atabi resisted their move while he was stabbed multiple times, leading to his death. You're still listening to the World News at 7 on Wise 87.9 FM. Up next, business, foreign and sports news. Please stay tuned. In business, Africa's e-commerce group, Jumia, recorded a 54% decline year-on-year in its operating loss in the first quarter of 2023, resulting in a $31 million deficit at the end of the quarter. According to the company, this came as its lowest quarterly loss in over 4 years. Jumia attributed a substantial reduction in losses to a successful cost reduction initiatives, with all operating costs decreasing sequentially and on a year-to-year basis. To achieve the loss reduction, the company cut its marketing and advertising expenses by 70% in the quarter under review. On the foreign scene, the Attorney General of Texas, Ken Paxton, has been suspended from office duties in a massive vote of impeachment. Republican lawmakers on Saturday swung into action against the AG following corruption charges levied against him. The suspension means Paxton will face trial in the Senate House. Paxton, a supporter of former U.S. President Donald Trump, was impeached after a 121 vote against 23. And in the world of sports, Nigeria defender Osai Samuel has been linked with some English teams, with Fenerbahce willing to let him go for a reduced fee. Osai Samuel has had an average campaign with Fenerbahce, with the former Turkish champions last season making 31 Super League appearances. Osai Samuel has made only 21 appearances in the Turkish top flight, 12 of which have been from the bench, as the 25-year-old defender is heavily linked with a transfer to the Premier League last summer, but Fenerbahce stood their ground, retaining him. According to T24, Fenerbahce would be willing to let Osai Samuel leave the club this summer if they get a bid of at least €10 million. That ends the world news on Wise 87.9 FM. But before we go, a recap of the headlines. NNPP appeals Ogun Tribunal judgments dismissing a petition against Governor Abiodun to others. Foreign guests arrive Abuja ahead of tomorrow's inauguration of President-elect Tinubu. Zamfara governor denies leaving the country to evade EFCC crime ahead of expiration of his tenure. And also, carjacker stabbed final-year student to death in Calabar. We also said in business that Jumia records 54% decline in operating loss in first quarter of 2023. And on the foreign scene, U.S. lawmakers impeach Texas Attorney General for corruption. In the world of sport, we said Fenerbahce willing to sanction Osai Samuel's Premier League transfer. For more news and to watch us live, please log on to our Facebook page, Wise 87.9 FM. The news was packaged by Taiwo Oladele Abraham. I am Bola G. Eze. Do have a wonderful evening.
Wise FM 87.9 Abeokuta. Wàá ti máa gbọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀yìn ohun ẹ̀gbá pátápátá.